And Weak Paw Lolcat, thank you guys, man. It's funny because I imagine Weak Paw is something that Lolcat has, because like a super funny, stupid cat. There's like no dumber cat. Actually, there is a dumber cat, and it was my cat growing up. My cat growing up had the single most dysphoric relationship to love of any creature I've ever met in my life. My cat, for the first 10 years of its life, fucking hated me. This was kind of a shitty cat, but it was still my cat, you know? Dude, this cat would just fucking hiss at us. That was actually the entire upbringing I had with this cat. I think we got it when I was 5 years old. Wanted nothing to do with me until I was about 15. First of all, do you want to know what we fucking named this cat? I'll tell you what we named this cat. This is not a word. Do not be confused. So I wanted to name it Fireball. This was a gray cat. I was not a bright child. I wanted to name it Fireball. I was 5. And my mom was like, we're not gonna do that. And so then she was like, what if we name it Kita? Reason being, that's for some reason what I just called cats. I was like a toddler. I was like, that's a Kita, right? So we named the cat Cat. That's what we named it. It didn't make sense. This cat had a full fucking name. It had multiple names. Its name was Fireball Harry Kita Kramer Wilder. It was a fucking mess, dude. It was like a progressive household with hyphenated names. No, you know what it was? It was like boarding school WASP style naming. You know, it's like, this is the name of every important person that came before you in the Wellington bloodline. That's what it was. It was a very hairy cat, and it would lay kind of like Chompy, but it was a little more demure, you know, like a little more seductive. Where Chompy kind of like sits like this, my cat would have like a leg up and like an arm forward, and it would kind of look at us like this, and it would just expose this big soft belly, and it didn't want anything to do with you ever touching it in a million fucking years. However, one day I was 15 years old, and I decided my mother was gone, and my grandmother had to stay with me. Oh no, it was my grandfather was with me. It wasn't my grandmother. My grandfather was in town. This must have been like during the summer. So I said, alas, I'm going to make my way out of the back door, go around this little side yard thing we had. We didn't really have a backyard. We had like a little sliver for my dog to shit, and then there was this kind of like open space to the side of our home. And I was like, I'm going to just kind of careen around that corner, make it to my car, drive off. No, I didn't even have a car then. My friend was coming to... No! Okay, this was the first girl I made out with, and we used to sneak out, and we would just go into random houses in our neighborhood and like make out on front lawns. There was no objective. Does anyone remember when you would just kiss for a long time and that was like the sickest thing? Does anyone... Dude, yeah, I had sex, dude. No, I didn't. We never had sex. We just kissed. Did anyone ever do that? I'm speaking to like maybe 3 members of chat, but if you did, does anyone remember this? It was just like long form blue balls, like that was it. You just like dry hump and make out and didn't know what to do after that. Honestly, that was kind of sick. I didn't hate that. I'll be real. It's kind of like listening to a Fish song, you know? You're like, oh my God, we're still doing it, huh? Was there a point to this? It's like listening to a shitty jam band and you're like, well, I don't know where this is going, but like, I'm just kind of here right now. So anyways, by the time I got back, I realized they'd left the back door open. I didn't really think much of it, but there was definitely a part of me that was like, I fucked up. Like, I fucked up. So I closed the door, went back to bed, whatever. Nothing really came of it. And then the next day, my grandfather was like, Wake, have you seen the cat? And I was like, fuck, no, I have not seen the cat. I don't know what happened, right? Lo and behold, I go outside and I start fucking panicking because this guy doesn't know I snuck out. This guy doesn't know how this cat would have gotten out. This is now the remnants of my own wrongdoing. So you might be like, Wake, let him free. Let him be. This cat wanted nothing to do. All right, anyways, this cat, Kita, snuck out. I was thinking, fuck, I don't know what to do. Because this cat snuck out when I snuck out. He took the bait. He was like, fuck it, I'm out too. And it turns out this cat did not fucking like it because we had this little shed in our backyard. I hung a left once I walked out the back, the little shit strip that my dog would poop in, and to the side there's this little shed. I immediately go and I look there because, you know, that's probably a good place to start. Where would he be taking shelter? The cat is just fucking tremoring. It's like me at a party, sitting in the corner, kind of looking around, waiting for when it can leave, but everything is horrifying to it, right? So I am like, how do I get this cat out? This cat doesn't like me. This cat doesn't like me at all. But this cat, by the way, has wanted to exit this house for as long as we've had it. It has never wanted to remain in the home. It has spent its entire life sprinting towards the door. So anyways, this cat that had like terrorized me and my sister for most of our lives was finally vulnerable, and he needed something. And when I say terrorized, I mean this cat used to go up onto the kitchen table in the mornings when my sister was eating cereal and fucking hiss at her and paw at her until she left the cereal alone so he could drink the milk. But he made his bed because he ended up creating some kind of urinary blockage from excess calcium in his urethra, and now that cat has no penis. At this point in the narrative, the cat has no penis anymore. There's a lot of layers to this story. Anyways, cat's under the shed. I'm thinking, how do I get this cat out? I grabbed, there was like a rug we had, and inside of it was like a cardboard tube. It was very long, maybe like 5 feet. And I just go under there, and I just start poking this cat. I didn't know what else to do. The cat wouldn't come out to me. It didn't like me. But I just kept poking this cat, right? And I was like, come on, get out. And I'm like trying to like scoop it with the tube and encourage him out. So maybe he's just like, okay, fuck, we gotta run. And so eventually, with enough poking and prodding, the cat just fucking sprints out from under the shed. Got like blitzing from under the shed. Full sprint, full extension. Back into the home. There's a sliver of an opening between the door and the frame. Sprints in, goes there forever. That next night, I'm brushing my teeth to go to sleep, and I hear this little jingle. It's my cat. Name tags clang together. Thinking, that's fucking weird. He doesn't normally hang out around here. Finish brushing my teeth. I turn around and I start walking to my bedroom. And the cat is sitting there on the pillow. This cat has never done anything like this in its fucking life. This cat has avoided me like the plague. This cat has loved nothing. He's only ever wanted to take. This is the Genghis Khan of cats. He just wanted as much milk as he could procure. That's it. The cat's just sitting there with this same kind of demure posture I showed you. And he's just kind of looking at me like it's our wedding night, you know? And he's a rich and influential lord. And he's consummating a bond for his family line. And I'm thinking, like, this is strange because this cat's gonna fucking maim me, right? I go and I'm like, all right, fuck it. I mean, I'm gonna still lay in bed. So I go and I lay down, and this cat, let's put it like this. Hold on. If this is me and I'm my cat, correct? This is me, I'm my cat. My cat gets up on this pillow and he gets right up into my fucking ear like the Yin Yang twins and just goes and he's just fucking, I mean, like whispering with like a gravelly, like Kurt Cobain purr. Just like, and he starts getting his fucking claws and kneading. It's like he's never kneaded before. It's like in like a quirky rom-com where the emo chick from the record store is saying she loves you for the first time. She doesn't know how, so she just kicks you. That's what it felt like. It was my cat just like in my fucking ear. I'm like hostage. Like, I'm like, all right, man, fucking just do whatever you want and leave. Like, I can't fucking be here. Lo and behold, I mean, he'd do that until you'd go to touch him, and then he'd be like, bah! And he'd fucking run off. But this cat does that for the rest of his young life because he perceived me prodding him with a cardboard tube as having saved him.